everyone, Eva here. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a couple of months since I filmed, so forgive me. I feel like I'm doing my very first YouTube video for some reason. Let me know if that's ever happened to you. It's been about 6 months, so I wanted to play with some new makeup. We're gonna just get right into it. And yes, dressing the elephant in the room, I did chop off all my hair. I did that back in end of April. If you guys want me to go into that, I will do a separate video for that, but I really want to concentrate on doing some makeup because I've been wanting to play with makeup. So the first thing that we have that is brand new to me, and it didn't come out that long ago, is the Natasha Denona bronze palette. I've never purchased anything from Natasha Denona like this big. I did get one time, I think it's the Sunset palette. I'll try to insert a picture of it. It's a mini one. It was $25. I purposely intentionally, I should say, pick that particular palette up so that I can do kind of like a comparison with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, Ring the Alarm, but I already talked about that previously, so you guys know I was not too happy with that palette. So this is the palette. As you can see, my setup right there, ring light, it is really hot today, so I do apologize. And I also want to apologize in advance if you hear any noises outside, anywhere around, because I have my window open because it is like over 80 degrees today. Anyways, so enough about that. We're just gonna go right into priming the eyes, and I'm gonna use my MAC paint pot. This is a shade they don't have anymore. I've had this for a long time, but it's my favorite. It's Utterly Becoming. But I did recently pick up a new one and laying low, so that when I do my future videos, it's something that you guys can actually pick up. So we're just gonna go in with the Sigma Precision P80 flat brush. I love this brush. This brush is amazing for buffing out concealer, any type of pot product. So if you've never tried these brushes, I highly recommend them. Should I get a little bit closer? You know what, let me see if I can get a little bit closer for you guys. Okay, I wanted to get closer, but by doing so it's gonna cut me off, so I hope you guys don't mind. Like I said, I feel like I'm filming my first video. So I'm gonna use this mirror from this enormous palette, which is $65 for those of you who don't know. Typically, I believe her palettes are like $125, and the mirror on this thing is immense. If you guys, it's really big, and I absolutely love that. And the packaging is very lightweight as well, in true fashion. I have not filmed for 6 months, and this has not happened. I have not heard a truck once. The minute I turn on the camera, every noise possible. Tell me if you can relate to that. Okay, so let's continue. So let's prime the eyes. And I do apologize in advance if this video is going to be very long, because I'm a very chatty person. And typically these Beauty Nouveau sessions are at least 45 minutes long minimum. So get comfortable and get ready. So see how pretty that looks, very natural. What I like about this particular shade is that you can put it and it looks like you have no makeup on and you're ready, you know, to pretty much go about your business. So I like to set usually my primer with a powder, and I'm gonna go in with my Jouer powder because I like the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I don't know if it creases on me or not, and I really want to use today products that I know have been, this is the packaging, this is in the shade medium. I like to use products that I know don't fail me, and we're gonna go in with the Real Techniques highlighter brush, no, excuse me, setting brush that I like to use for highlighting and setting powders. So you guys can see, and I am filming with my iPhone. I probably should have used my Canon, but honestly, I haven't used my Canon in forever, and I think it's just because it's just easier to grab my iPhone and put it on a, you know, tripod and just go and get started, you know? And I think I'm gonna go into Beach first, and with the E25. I love to use this brush to buff in colors in my crease. And it's a really natural color, like it's very complementary to my skin. So that's probably why it's not really coming up on the camera. Maybe you can see just a little bit. There's a little bit of pickup with the shadows, but that's okay. I really don't mind that, as long as the shadow is not like falling apart. You know how sometimes you get the kick up and the shadow looks really terrible, but I'm gonna show you. This is the one I'm going. Hold on, let me show. I'm pointing to the right one. This is the shade I'm going into right now. Maybe I should have shown that to you previously. And I'm gonna get a little bit more. And yeah, I have to say, so far so good. I'm really liking how this is buffing in. Let's do the other eye. And I'm actually not tapping off any excess just to see if it does any skipping, and I'm not finding that at all. So back and forth. And what I'm actually doing is the powder that is coming up in the pan, I'm just dipping my brush into that to not waste product. And we always have one eye that looks better than the other, so oh yeah, so see, you can see really see the color right there. Oh, that's really pretty. What is this reminding me of? This color is really reminding me of something. So I'm looking down in this mirror so I can really get up here and try to match that other eye, which I'm probably not going to because I am right-handed, not left-handed. Okay, so that is the color Beach. I really like that. So we're gonna go in next to this shade right here. You guys can see it's called Suntan. And I'm gonna use this smaller brush from Sigma. This is the shader Crease E47. I'm gonna go really in here and do some detail work. I love this brush for that. It really just gets in there and makes my job easier. So I'm gonna try to go a little closer so you guys can see. And I'm just gonna, oh wow, look at that pigmentation. I'm just going to go in like that on the outside. And if you didn't know, I absolutely love bronzes. This is like my favorite shades, type of shades to go into. Wow, look how pigmented this shadow is. Like, can you see that? Wow, that's really pigmented. That's more than I had thought. Honestly, I would love to just go with this shade all over the lid and call it a day and smoke it a little bit. That's one of my favorite looks to create. That's one of my favorite looks to create, is to just take a really like warm tone brown and just buff it all over my eye and, you know, be done. So let's do the other eye. So you guys can see this is harder to do. It's hard for me to hold the palette in my left and try to do this at the same time. So I'm just gonna use my phone. And I hope you guys can see. This is gonna look a little messy. I do apologize because I'm having a hard time controlling. So we gotta concentrate to do this part. Like I said, I don't know how this is gonna look, because one of the reasons why I have not been wearing makeup, I'm just gonna look down while I do this part, is because I really haven't been, no, XX for that one. I have not been really motivated to sit and do this. It took me 30 minutes just to set this up. So as I was saying before I was really interrupted by that truck, I really have not had the motivation to sit here and film, because it took me 30 minutes to set up. It was, and then it's hot and just all sorts of things are going on. Plus with everything that's going on in the world, I've really been doing a lot of binge watching. That's what I've been doing. A lot of watching, a lot of TV. And how many of you also have been focusing on your homes where like you're doing projects that you have not been able to complete? Like I had maybe what, 4 years ago said that I wanted to take my house and make it as organized as possible, that I wanted to be so organized it was obnoxious. Okay, so I said that right. We went into shade Suntan, and as you can see, that is a beautiful color. I absolutely love it. I'm just fine tuning it a little bit because I feel like I went over a little. So I have been buying what I need from Amazon. Oh, I love that. I love how that looks. And I've just been shopping, getting a lot of clear acrylic containers, taking out stuff that I know I haven't been using. I went through my son's closet. I took out a lot of clothes that no longer fit him, because my son is 6 feet tall, and at least because they keep giving him a different measurement every time he gets measured. They'll say he's 5'10", then they'll say he's 5'11", then they say he's 6 feet, then they'll say he's 6'2". So it's like, we don't really know, but I know he's at least 6 feet tall. And because of that, I had to go through his clothes, his closet. Like 50% of the stuff had to come out because he outgrew like most of his t-shirts and most of his jeans. So like, it's crazy. And he's wearing a size 13 sneaker now. I feel so short next to him. So I'm gonna show you if I can. I don't know if you guys can see. You see the kickback right here on this one? This is the shade that I just used, the Suntan. So I really like this purple color, but I'm trying to make it not super smoky. I'm trying to keep it more of a bronze look, because I have a look in mind, because I really want to do like a very bronze golden tone, kind of like sun-kissed, if that's the correct word. So from these shimmer shades that she has, this is Bliss, and I think it's Gloaming. They're both are like in the pink peach tones, but I think I'm gonna go with this Gloaming one. I really like how it looks. Maybe I'll pop a little bit of this on top. Let's see what happens, but I really like it. So I'm wondering if I should use some of the NYX. You know what, I'm gonna do it without the NYX, because we want to see how it performs without any extra adhesion on the eye. At least that's what I like to do the first time I use something. So we're gonna go in the large shader brush, the E60 from Sigma, and I'm going to go in with that shade. I believe it's called Gloaming. And so what I typically do with shades that are like this, I just tap it into my brush. I don't use my finger. I know a lot of people do that, but I don't do that because I don't have very great upper body strength, if you haven't noticed. So for me, let me put that on. It's very it's best if I'm able to apply it with a brush, because I'll have more control. Where if I try to do it with my finger, I might start out okay, but then I might lose control of my arm. So there it is right there. That's Gloaming, I think it is. It's spelled Gloaming. Gloaming. Yeah, I think so. That's what it means. So that's it right there. It's a pretty color. Maybe it would come up even more so if I applied it with my finger. You know what? Just for the video, I think I'm gonna do that, just to show you guys. I never do this, so this is the first time me doing this. Let me get a finger that's not. You would think I would remember what finger I used to train. I honestly don't. Okay, so look how intense. Can you guys see that? So we're gonna try with the finger, see if that makes a difference. And then I'll go back to what I was saying. Can you notice a difference in applying with my finger? I think applying with the finger does make it look a little more intense. So let's go back and do that. What probably could have helped too, if I would have used my NYX, where is it? I took it out to this. I love this stuff for putting on shimmer shadows. So next time I'll use that. Okay, I gotta start all over again because I gotta collect my thoughts. That's another reason why I haven't been filming, because I have been having a hard time keeping a coherent thought. Anyways, so we're using the E15 brush, and I went in with the shade again, Suntan. I tried the beach color, but it didn't do anything, so I'm just gonna go in with this color to just, you know, smoke it out a little bit on the bottom. And yeah, so I've basically just been doing that at home. I've been just, you know, every day I get up and I try to do a little bit of something and try to feel like I'm being productive, because one thing I do not like is to feel like I just didn't get anything done. I have been also trying to be better about cleaning my kitchen, like if there's dishes, washing them right away, because I get tired easily. And then what I will do is I will leave the dishes, and so I'll get to them, and then sometimes I'll go 2-3 days without washing dishes. Yes, that sounds like, oh my god, how can you possibly do that? But when you have what I have, you're fatigued all the time. And where I have been having like a flare-up that I've been trying to keep under control, my strength has been not the best. Like some days I'm completely bedbound, and then I get vertigo, and then there's days where like I'm, you know, I'm on all cylinders. So I had to stop for a minute. Noises outside. Continue on. Pencil E30, and we're going to go in with the Whisper of Guilt, the infamous shade, and we're just gonna put it on the inner tear duct. So let me get back to my thoughts, what I was saying. So that's what I've been doing. I have been focusing on trying to just keep my home cleaner, because what I want to do is I want to give my son really good habits to have, because that's one thing that I always say I want to talk about, but I never talk about in my videos, is when you have children, we always tell them what to do, right? But then we don't follow suit. And what that means is we tell them to do stuff and we expect them to do it because we told them to do it. But here's the thing. If you tell your child you need to fix your bed every day, an example, but you never fix your bed, guess what? Your child's not going to do it. Because they're going to see it as, well, you don't fix your bed, so why am I fixing my bed? I don't know if you guys can see the difference. See? It's like giving me a little pop of something right there. I'm just doing it very gradually because I don't know what I want to achieve right now. I'm just going to stick with the inner, and then I could always add more later. So that's something that I am trying to do because, you know, our children do as we do, not as we say. And, you know, I want him to understand that I grew up in a house where, you know, we had to do chores and we had to keep things clean, and we didn't have the option to say, hey, I don't feel like doing that today. It's like if it was your turn to do dishes, you did dishes. You know, that's how it was. Hold on. For this, I have to concentrate a little more. Okay, that looks okay. I know I'm gonna fix it. I know it looks a hot mess right now, but we're gonna make it work, like Tim Gunn says. I'm gonna line my eyes with this Sephora pencil. This is the shade Cocoa, I believe. What number is this one? Oops, I almost dropped it. Where are you? This is number 14. So I need to get really close to do this because I'm blind. I can't see. I can't see. This compact keeps closing on me. So I'm gonna do it on the top lash. You can go in, I don't know, can you guys see what I'm doing? You can go in with black if you want to, but I decided not to. So I'm gonna do one eye and probably do the other one off camera because I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm doing. Can you guys see what I'm doing? All right. Of course. All right, you see the difference that it makes? It just opens up your eye more. So I'm gonna continue doing this off camera because I need to really look close. So we're going to do mascara next. Actually, you know, I'm gonna do mascara last because what if this gets everywhere and I still have to do my face? So anyways, I'm trying to decide if I should do my eyebrows. No, eyebrows last. We're gonna do face. So I apologize. We're going to go on with this new Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Glow right here. Love the packaging. It's called Face Primer Dewy Foundation Grip, up to 12-hour wear, preps, smooths, and hydrates. And this is 30 milliliters or 1.0 fluid ounces. This is brand new. I got a email from Ulta because I think I'm a platinum or a diamond. I'm not sure what I am on there. Basically, I spent too much money there. So this is the packaging right here. I like that it has like a pump. I love this kind of packaging because it's very lightweight. And it has a pump on it, and I think it locks. So we're gonna put some of that on the face, and then I'm going to use a sample. Ooh, it's like a jelly. Let me show you guys real quick. Can you guys see that? It's a clear jelly. So it's probably gonna be like, you know how everyone's using those dotted everywhere, and I am gonna put it on my forehead because like I got too much, you know, like the, what is it called, the milk primer everybody's been using. I have yet to use that, and I'm just basically applying this to my face. I think I put too much on this, so I'm gonna bring some over here. So I'm trying to remember where was that talking. Let me just finish smoothing this out. So let me give that a minute because it still feels like wet. I'm not gonna keep rubbing. I just want to make sure I got it on my nose. And yeah, let's give that a minute. So like I was saying, I basically, since this whole thing happened, I've just been watching a lot of shows. I got caught up with a lot of TV shows. I finished watching The Umbrella Academy, which they have season 2 out now, which I haven't watched yet. I got caught up with Grey's Anatomy, The Rookie, The Resident. I finally watched The Strain, which I had that on my list like forever. What was the other thing I finished watching? I watched Alter Carbon season 2, and I love season 1 a lot, but season 2 for me, and nothing against the actor because I do like him. I think he's great in the Marvel movies, but I don't know, it's like every time I looked at him, I just kept thinking of his character from Marvel. So let me know if you guys had that interaction as well. I think he did great though, but I just kept picturing him as that person. So I had to get that out of my head to take it. You'd be like, okay, no, this is not him. He's playing a different character. And then once I did that, then I was able to really sit there and watch the show and enjoy it. But it's a really great show. If you like sci-fi, I think you will absolutely love it. I'm not going to really give anything away about it, but I really liked it a lot. What's another show that I watched? Oh, Wu Assassins. That show is good. I haven't watched this all in like a month. This has been over since April. I've been doing this. And there's quite a few other shows that I have watched that I absolutely love. I watched Indian Matchmaker or Matchmaking. That one I absolutely loved it because I used to always jokingly say that I should have been a matchmaker, because I was always giving like love advice to my friends. As a matter of fact, one of my friends used to call me the love consultant. So yeah, I absolutely love that that show. And there was a particular couple, one of the girls, and I was just like, I'm not gonna say who it is, and I'm not gonna say the situation, but I was like literally like on my TV, no, yelling and talking like that, and my son was like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm just getting into this. And I really enjoyed watching that. What's something else that I watched that I liked? Just so many things. If I remember as I go along, I'll let you know. But this doesn't have a scent or anything, and it's a little bit tacky, and I think it's all set. I actually like the way this primer looks without anything on my face. Can you guys see that? This is not a filter. Can you see that? Like, it looks, I think it looks great. So the sample that I'm going to use today is from Pat McGrath. I got this in a Sephora thing. I didn't have any new foundation to try out. If this is not enough for my face, then I'm just going to mix it with the little sample I still have of the Fenty Beauty, which I absolutely like. This is the matte one. So they have shades light 2, light medium 10, and medium 18, and then they have medium deep 27 and deep. So I'm going to go with the one right in the middle, medium 18. I don't know if you guys knew this. I actually was going to review this foundation when it first came out. Oh, that's really dark. And I'm going to concentrate it on the lower part of my face. And then we can buff in another color if this is not enough, or if it's too, you know, dark or whatever. It has a very alcohol-y like scent to it. I don't know if it's because it's been in here. For those of you who've tried Pat McGrath's foundation, let me know. But I did purchase like the whole set. When it first came out, where is my brush on my finger? So I'm gonna go in with this Ulta brush. I'm gonna take some that I had on my finger. It's very orange tone. I'm gonna dirty my brush, I already know. So already, let me try to hold my arm so it's not making the camera bounce. It's too orange for me, but I'm gonna just buff this in, and then I'm going to mix in some of the Fenty Beauty one. But a lot of people like this foundation, and like I was saying, when it first came out, I went ahead and I bought the whole system. I got the primer, I got the foundation, I got the powder, I got the brush, I got everything. But I ended up having it there for like a week, and then I told myself that from now on, if I buy something, I have to use it within a week, and if I don't, then I have no business buying any makeup, because it's just ridiculous to buy so much makeup and then not use it. You guys see that? Like, it's really orange. That's not my camera, that's the shade. So if I was to pick up this foundation, I would not pick up the shade 18. And shade 10 is way too light, so I'm definitely not going to put that because I don't want to look, I'd rather look a little orange right now than look really ashy. So on the back of the card, it says that this foundation has weightless buildable coverage. I 100% agree with that. It feels very weightless, and just that little bit covered my whole face, and I was not missing any spots. Like I said, the shade is off, but that's okay. It definitely has what it claims is sublime satin finish. That's something that I was going to say was a demi matte, but satin is correct. And I believe the reason why it's more dewy is because of this Urban Decay All Nighter. So far, I'm liking this. I don't really have a lot of Urban Decay setting sprays or primers, so I'm glad that I picked that up. Like I mentioned before, Ulta sent me an email saying that I had access to it before it was actually available online because of my status, which I think is either platinum or diamond. I don't remember which one it is. Spend too much money. But based on looking at the shades they have here, since 18 is too orange on me, I think either 16 or 17 work for me. So if I really like this foundation, maybe I'll pick it up. And the reason why I say maybe is because I'm trying to be more mindful about what I bring into my collection, because part of the whole decluttering and the thing that I didn't record it because it was just like, I'm just gonna do it. And because where it's so hard for me to set up and do all that stuff like that, I would have just lost momentum to do the actual decluttering. And I actually mailed out 2 large boxes to Project Beauty Share, I believe that's what they're called. Because Taylor Wynn, if you guys don't know who Taylor Wynn is, she used to go by that Taylor. She always, you know, declutters and she donates to them. So that's where I donated all my makeup that I could donate. And then I was really upset that I had to throw away so many lip products because I had way too many lipsticks. No one should have that many lipsticks and stuff. I'm sure there's people that have more, but for myself that was too much. And I don't like to be wasteful is what I'm trying to say. So that's why I'm being more mindful about what I bring into my collection. Has to be something that I'm going to use. You know, with all these releases that keep coming out back to back to back, and they've actually slowed down a little bit, but they're starting to pick up again. I'm not going to worry so much about doing everything that is like hip now. Oh, I got to get the latest and the greatest, because that's what I was doing before. And that's how I ended up with so many products that I didn't use. And they were just sitting in there because due to things that happen in life, you know, whatever, I never got around to it. So with that being said, that's why I'm like, it will be on the list of things to try, you know, to try to pick up is what I'm trying to say. So now, after that long ramble, we're going to put, I was the same mascara, I'm going to put on foundation. I mean, concealer. See what I mean? This is another reason why I have not been filming. If I could get this open. I haven't been filming. This is my MAC Studio Concealer in NW30, I believe. I never remember what shade I am. You would think, right, that I would remember. No, I always forget every time. So I absolutely love this brush from Ulta Beauty. This is the Buffing Concealer Brush. And what I like to do is I like to go in with this in the inner corner. And I'm going to use a mirror I have over here to see what I'm doing. And I like to go in here first with it. And then I like to go in with my Jouer on top, because this really helps. I really get the darkness right here. So that's one of the things that I have been doing, is just going through my things, getting rid of stuff. And one thing, I've always been like that, where I don't like to keep, let me know if you're like this, I don't like to keep things that I am not using. I'm gonna put a little bit on here, and my glasses do that to me, they mark up my nose. I just don't like to be wasteful. You know, I grew up with my mom, rest in peace, I miss her every day, where she would always buy stuff. Let me know if your mothers do this, where she would say, Eva, yo estoy comprando esto para que cuando yo me rebaje. You know, she's like, this is for when I lose those 10 pounds or those 15 pounds that I want to lose, right? Just smelling this to make sure it smells good, because I haven't used this concealer in a while. And I would always laugh, because I'm like, Ma, you're always saying that for when you lose weight. And I never felt like my mother had to lose weight. I thought my mother looked great the way she was. You know, she should have embraced that she was a Latina with a big booty and big thighs. And she shouldn't have been trying to be like everyone else. She should have embraced her body, because, you know, her body was beautiful. So I'm going to go with this Jouer and, hold on, Dulce de Leche. You guys already know how I feel about this concealer. Absolutely love it. Holy Grail. So we're going to dot that, which I should have done this sooner because I started chit-chatting. So I always saw my mother always had this closet full of things, and I guess seeing that, I would just be like, why does she do that? She doesn't need to. So with that being said, I don't want to have a closet full of clothes that I'm not going to wear, because I'm waiting to, you know, be that perfect size or what have you. And, you know, that's another thing. We should embrace how our bodies are. We shouldn't try to fit some kind of mold. we should embrace who we are, and we should love it, because there's women out there and men who pay money to go and do the item. Let me do my nose real quick. Let's say if you have a big butt, there's people that pay money to get that done. So if you got a big booty, embrace it. Say thank you, God. Yes, I have this big booty. You know what I'm saying? Embrace that. Where did I put this? I need this powder from my under eye. Where did I put you? Oh, here it is. Ooh. Okay, that makes more sense now. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the KVD Beauty. I have to get used to saying that. The shade in light and medium, and I like this powder right here. It's called Lyric for under my eyes, and we're gonna go in with that Real Techniques brush and lock that in. Something you guys might want to try is what is that called from Bare Minerals? Restful, I think it's called, right? I used to use that all the time, but then after a while I started kicking under my eyes. So anyways, then I go in with the Jouer powder. Let me show you that again. I don't remember if I showed it to you guys. Sorry, I seem like I'm all over the place right there. The medium. And I go over that with that. So I gotta remember to lift my head up a little higher for you guys, because, you know, the whole thing. Oh, my clothes, I didn't mean to. So anywho's, now we're gonna do the other side. So I think we need to embrace more of who we are. Show more self-love to ourselves. You know, like for instance, another thing that we do, and again, I do apologize if I'm all over the place, with our children. Let's say your child is very outspoken. I'm gonna go in with that same brush and this Lyric, and you tell them, oh, you shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't do that because you get embarrassed or whatever. Let me tell you something. As a parent, if your child is outspoken, allow them to be outspoken. You want to know why? Because the minute you start telling your child to not be true to themselves, they're going to allow another person to come and manipulate them. And, you know, let's say they're outspoken for a reason and you tell them not to be. And then if they get bullied or something at school, they're not going to tell you. Like if something happens, because they're going to be, oh, no, I'm not supposed to be that way. What I would recommend, that if your child just is very honest and just out of their mouth, just show them, well, honey, instead of saying okay, I'm gonna use this as an example. For instance, my son, I don't know if you guys notice, I don't really talk about this because I don't like to label people, but my son is on the spectrum, and my son is very honest, and I absolutely love that. I'm a very honest person as well. So let's say if he says something to me, I will tell him, okay, Gabriel, the way that you said it to me, I understand what you're saying, and it's okay that you said it that way towards me. But for future reference, if you're going to say this to another person, a stranger, whatever, this is how you would say it. So this way he'll know that with me, he can do the uncensored version, but with another person, he will say it away so that the person will not get offended. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, my son, like I said, he's very honest, and I've never told him it's not okay to do that. Like, I really try to encourage him, because, you know, I'm trying to prepare him so that when he's out there in the world by himself, you know, like going to college, now that he's in high school, if something happens, he will feel, he'll have the confidence to say to that person, hey, you know, I didn't like that you said this to me, or I didn't like that you did this, or whatever. Like, he won't be afraid to speak his mind, because that's something that unknowingly we do to our children. So I think it's important to encourage them to be who they are. And another thing that I don't think we should do is we should never compare our children to other people. Like a lot of people will compare their children and say, oh, why can't you be more like Bethany, or why can't you be more like Sarah or Maria, whoever it is they're comparing them to. And then that causes your child to feel like, what's wrong with me? You know what I mean? So it's important, I feel, that we should embrace our children for who they are. If they're funny, they're the funny one. If they're the smart one, they're the smart one. You know, if they're the one that likes to be introverted, then they're the introverted one. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that that's something that we do because as parents, you know, we see the potential in our children, but you got to understand that just because you see that potential does not mean that that's what they want to do. And it doesn't make it wrong if they don't want to do it either, because to each his own, and it's their life, and you should want them to not feel like, oh, I have to do this because my mother told me to do it. You know what I'm saying? Or my dad told me to do it. Like, we have to stop projecting onto our children the things that we aspire for ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, say for instance, an example, like when I was younger, I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to do choreography, girl. I love to dance. I still love to dance. I just can't dance like I used to, which is something I miss a lot, but I've learned to accept that I can still dance, but I just can't dance the way I used to. Like, for instance, one of the people that I absolutely loved her choreography was Paula Abdul. Yes, I am dating myself, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I absolutely loved her choreography. And one of the videos that I absolutely loved was Janet Jackson's Pleasure Principle. I don't know if she choreographed or not because I honestly don't remember. But I used to love me some Paula Abdul and Janet Jackson. And Pleasure Principle was one of those videos, let me get something to dry this real quick, that I knew down packed the choreography from top to bottom. And I would do that in my living room. I would shut off all the lights because I didn't want people to watch me because I was shy like that. And believe it or not, yes, I was a shy person. And I would just do my choreography on my own. Dirty Dancing, girl, I knew all the steps of Dirty Dancing too. I drove my sisters nuts because I used to watch that movie so much. I killed it, but I knew all the choreography as well. So, okay, we did that. I'm rambling. So I'm going to try this new mascara. I got this as a sample from the order that I did with the Urban Decay stuff. And this is the Urban Decay Lash Freak. This is their latest mascara. I absolutely love the color. This green is beautiful. So, yeah. What was this? Let me get back to my train of thought. Okay. So, with that being said, what I'm trying to say is that me wanting to be a dancer, if I push on my son, oh, you have to be a dancer because I didn't get to be a dancer, and he hates to dance, to say an example, which my son doesn't hate to dance. This is what the wand looks like. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see that or not. Let me put it close to my face. Can you see that? It's different. I like that. So, you know, you have to teach your children to embrace their natural talents, is what I'm trying to say. So by me saying to him, you have to be a dancer, that's projecting onto him the thing I was not able to accomplish myself. So I hope that makes sense. So we're gonna do the lashes now. But that's a lot of product. I'll zoom in a second so you guys can see what I'm doing. Wow. Okay, I think I put too much on, but I like how thick my lashes are looking. I think, yeah, you're supposed to do this. Okay, can you guys see that? Wow. This mascara is really black. I like it so far. The only thing is, I think because the one has so much on it, it looks a little clumpy. But if you use the back part of it, supposedly, is to help it. Like, there's a whole method of doing this. I really should use a spoolie. I think I'm gonna use a spoolie to comb it out. Let me find one so I can fix that. Found it. This is an eyebrow spoolie. This is probably already dried though. Yeah, I got a big clump right here, so I'm gonna try to clean it. Can you guys see that? Sorry, I was out of frame. So try to have like a spoolie with you, unless you like your lashes to look spidery, but I'm not a fan of that look. I'm gonna go with another coat. I had to readjust, sorry. So like I was saying, with your children, just encourage, oh, look at that big glob, but not liking that. So with your children, just encourage them to be true to themselves. That's all I'm trying to say. And there's something on here. And also, encourage your children to be able to come to you to talk about anything. Even if it's something you're not going to like, keep your reaction to yourself is what I'm saying. So let's say your child comes to tell you something that you're just like, oh my God. Take a moment, really think about what you're going to say to them. Because if you make it for them in that moment where they feel like, oh my God, I just pissed off my parent, or they don't understand me, your child's never going to talk to you about anything, and you're not going to know what's going on with them. Because trust me, it's not easy to do, but it's possible to do it. Okay, so I'm going to try to do the other eye. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I still gotta do my eyebrows. Hopefully I don't forget that. I'm so out of practice wearing makeup because I have not been wearing any makeup during everything that's happening because it's just been too hot, one. And two, I'm like, where am I going? I'm not going anywhere. And if I go anywhere, I have to wear a mask. So okay, for those of you who don't know, this is a very wet mascara. So just be very careful. Take out the time. Make sure you have an extra spoolie brush to really go through it, because if not, I would have really spidery lashes, and I'm not about the spider lash game. So yeah, I don't know about using this on my bottom lashes because I think I'm gonna make a mess. So do I have another mascara I could use? I'm gonna try to find another. Well, you know what am I doing? I'm gonna do it for the sake of the video so you guys can see if I make a mess or not, because that's what this video is all about. I think what you need to do is you need to really clean the wand, take the excess off, and just hold your breath and pray that you don't make a mess. So I'm gonna try my best. Oh yeah, a lot. Can you see that goopiness? Spoolie. Oh yeah, I'm making a mess. Can you see that? I already made some mistakes, but I'm gonna let that dry. Another rule of thumb, you get mascara, let it dry. Guys, I don't have a filter on, but I'm loving the way my skin's looking. Like with this primer and this foundation, I'm looking a little flawless. I'm kind of feeling myself right now, you know. And then the powder, anyways, I'm liking it. Pat McGrath, you did the thing with this mascara, which I did buy her mascara, which I was going to use, but then I got this little sample and I thought, let me use this, and then I'll use that one in another video that, God willing, I will film. So anyways, let's do the bottom lashes again. I'm gonna hold my breath one more time. I'm gonna be completely out of camera, so I'll be right back. Left eye I didn't do too bad, but I think it's because I can't really get up as closely, but I'm gonna just go with the spoolie one more time to clean up anything. So I wouldn't use this on your bottom lashes unless you are very careful. If you're someone who's very messy, I wouldn't recommend the bottom lashes because it's very messy. But I do like how it made my lashes look. I'm just going to wait till that dries up and then I'm going to flick that off. So while that's happening, I'm going to do my eyebrows. And something that I want to try, which I probably should have done for the foundation. I'm not doing that for next video, but what I wanted to try, which I've never done, is carve out my eyebrows. So I'm going to do that for the next video that I do, because if I try to do it now, I'm going to take off my foundation. So let me find my eyebrow pencil so that I can do that. So I'm going to use my Benefit. This is the Precisely My Brow Pencil in shade 4.5. And I absolutely love this eyebrow product. I think it's amazing. I think this is the mini one, so if you haven't tried it, just pick up the mini one. I don't think you'll regret it. So I'm just gonna do, when I do my eyebrows, I concentrate on the parts that look really sparse. And you guys are gonna laugh, but something that I noticed, after I cut off all my hair, my eyebrows grew in, because my hair has been falling off quite some time now. And I was like, is it just me, or did my eyebrows get really thicker? And I cleaned them up and they've actually grown in some, so I need to really go in and clean them. So as you can see, so I just go in and fill them in a little bit. I don't do anything too special to my brows, because I guess because I'm lucky that my eyebrows are thick. I've always had really thick eyebrows, but I made the mistake of when I was younger and I really tweezed them a lot. Hello, the 90s. So I'm just gonna go in a little bit here. I don't go all the way to the front. And then I just I hear in my head, Eva, you just use the spoolie that you use for your eyebrows. So I'm not going to have a spoolie to do that because it's full of makeup. I got to clean it real quick if I'm going to use it. But this eyebrow needs a lot of help. Like this one is just right here in the peak and a little bit on the tail. But this one needs a lot of filling in here. It's like it's hardly anything there. So we're going to do that side. So that's just my advice to you for children. And another thing that I wanted to mention too, something that people do a lot with kids is they try to control what they eat. And the reason why, I need another mirror, this one is dirty. The reason why I want to bring that up is because a lot of people are too controlling with food. And I know that some parents do it because, you know, financially they don't want their kids eating them out of house and home. And I totally understand that. But I'm a person that I believe there's a way to say something where the person can understand what you're trying to say. So like, for instance, like I use with my son. If he wants to eat something and I'll say to him, okay, here's a rule of thumb. If you feel hungry and you think you want a snack, get like 4 to 6 pieces of cheese with some crackers. If that satisfies you, then you just wanted a snack. If you feel like you want something more to eat, then that means you're actually hungry and you should be eating food. So what I don't want to do is I don't want my son, I love this mirror, it's nice. I don't want my son to think, I don't want him to have an issue with food is what I'm trying to say. Because a lot of parents, I see them do that. Like I remember this person that I remember we were out eating one time and their child supposedly is picky eater. I can't say if they were or not because I didn't see that day. Anyways, my point of bringing that up is that child wanted an extra serving of something. Now, if you are someone that you want your kid to eat more, this is how I saw it. Let me know what you guys think. And that child wants more to eat and you were complaining that this child doesn't eat, why wouldn't you buy the child more of what they were asking you for if they're showing an interest of eating food? That's just how I saw it. So if it would have been my kid, I would have been like, okay, and I would have gotten him another serving because that tells me that on that particular day, that child wanted to eat, you know, because I don't think you should deny food. Where did I put that brush? So I could clean up my eyebrows. You shouldn't deny your children food either. So if you don't want your kids, oh, this is gonna make a mess. If you don't want your kids to eat you out of house and home, that's just what I would say. I would just let them know that, okay, this is all the snacks you have, one. Let them know that once they're done, you're not gonna repurchase any until, if you do your shopping monthly, until the month. You know, next month, monthly shopping is what I'm trying to say. And then, you know, give them that guide. I'm going to use this and NYX Control Freak eyebrow gel because I ran out of my Benefit one and my Anastasia one. So I've never used this one before. So this is new to me. Ooh, this is a really big one. You guys, can you see that? So, what was I saying? Yeah, so that's what I would do. I will let them know, okay, so this is all the snacks you have. This is supposed to last you X amount of time because go according to how often you shop. And then, okay, no, not bad. Then let them know, you know, the guides. Okay, so if you get this amount and this one, that means it's a snack. If you eat the whole thing, that means you were hungry. Because typically when you're hungry, and let's say you eat a whole block of cheese, you know, the ones they sell, not a big block of, you know, slim, smaller ones, that means that you were hungry. So that's just rule of thumb, you know. And another thing that I have done that's helped me, because, you know, like I tell my son, I don't know when you're hungry. I know when I'm hungry, but I don't know when you're hungry. So who am I to say, you know, you can't eat that, you're not hungry or whatever. So one thing that I have done that's helped me a lot is I have, I make sandwiches for him and I put them in, you know, sandwich wrap, you know, the sandwich baggies. What can I say that word? The sandwich baggies for him so that he can go in and just, when he's hungry, he just goes and he gets, you know, what he wants and he's good to go. Because like I said, he knows when he's hungry. I have no idea when he wants a snack or when he wants food or what have you. I'm just looking for this brush so I can put a little more highlighter. Now that we've done that, yeah, here we go. A little more highlight in here. I'm going to go in with that Whisper of Guilt. So, you know, I just leave it up to him and I'm like, okay, you know, so me doing that, whenever he's feeling hungry and let's say I'm too tired or I'm not doing that well that day, then he'll go and he'll eat a sandwich or two, depending what he wants. He has his Pringles. Why did I close that if I'm using it? Please explain that to me. Maybe I should have gone in with one of these other shades instead, now that I think about it. Anyways, let's go back with the Whisper Guilt. And, you know, so, can you guys see what I'm doing? I feel like I'm not doing this great. So that's what I do. So my son, he already knows. Like, he doesn't have to ask me if he has something. And sometimes he will, because he'll, you know, I've taught my son, you know, to be polite, please and thank you, what have you. So out of common courtesy, he will say, oh, mommy, can I have this? And I'll say, Gabriel, you don't need to ask me. If you're hungry, you just go get it and you're good to go. Oh yeah, like that. I'm gonna put a little bit on my brow bone to make that pop a little more. And then I might go over it with my finger. What do you guys think? So, you know, it's important, because what we have to remember with our children is that we are teaching them about life, you know? So it's important that we give them the right tools they need so that when they're out there on their own, this world doesn't swallow them whole, is what I'm trying to say. Let me just look up closer. Ooh, I really like that. Can you guys see that? I'm gonna get as close as I can. And can you see the mascara? I still haven't cleaned up the mess. I'm waiting for it to really dry, but I really like, so far, everything that I've used, I really like. So let me get a brush. Where's this one? I'm gonna use my concealer brush to see if I can take off that. Maybe choose something dry. You know that I put this brush to use it, the MAC one that I got for free, and I didn't. So I'm gonna use it now. And I can't get that off. I'm gonna try to get that off later. I'm not gonna focus on that. It's probably not dry enough. So now we're gonna do the face. I'm thinking I'm done. I still gotta do the whole bronzing thing. So this is the shade right here. It's like a really nice warm tone. And I'm gonna go on with this Sigma Soft Angle Contour, the F23. This brush is great for putting on bronzer, but I wanted to use something that was more to buff it out, is what I'm trying to say. So we're gonna concentrate on this side of the face so you guys can see. So what I have in mind is to really bronze up my face. So I'm gonna go all over the cheeks, and I'm gonna use blush, but I'm not sure yet. But I really want to make myself look golden. We're gonna go onto the jawline because I've gained a little weight, but I think I'm starting to lose it now, because let me tell you something. When we were first locked down, I was eating cinnamon rolls like they were going out of style, okay? My comfort food was that. I kept eating the Entenmann's, the cinnamon rolls. Oh my God. Those things, I couldn't get enough, and I was eating so many of them, and I was like, I need to really stop. And then when my pants started feeling a little tight, I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to stop. I'm getting a little too happy here, you know? I'm trying to gradually put this on. And what I'm liking about that primer that I put on, because what I've heard from people who have reviewed the Milk one is that when you use it, it makes everything very tacky. And what I'm noticing that this is not making things super, super tacky. So I'm liking that. Let me just close this and move this over here. Now we're gonna do the other side. I'm not a lefty, so we're gonna see how I can do. And I'm trying to be gentle too, because I don't want the camera to move, because unfortunately this tripod is not very, stable, even though it's secured. It's a little attachment that I got from Amazon. Who else misses having Amazon where you can get things in 2 days? I do. But I'm just grateful, like I told my son, I'm grateful that when we go out, we are able to find the things that we need, because there's a lot of people who, in their states, they're not able to find anything. And I feel for them, because, you need soap or toilet paper. Those are things you should be able to find, And then that's another thing. People, we need to be kinder to each other. We really do. I know that everybody's dealing with what's going on as best as they can, but it's really unnecessary for people to be so rude. Like the other day when me and my son were at the supermarket, this man, his card wasn't working, and I guess he thought it was a problem with the, you know, the supermarket. And the lady went over to help him, you know, the I was gonna say receptionist, the cashier. And, you know, the guy was just nasty to her. And she was like, sir, I don't know what to tell you, but the problem is not, we're not the issue. The issue seems to be with your card. And then he was like, oh, I have money, blah, blah, blah. You know, he was just being, you know, rude to the lady. And I just told my son, I said, see, that was not necessary. If he had not been rude to her, I would have offered to pay his food, because he didn't have a lot of things. I would say what he had was like not even $20. But even if it was more, I would have offered, because again, like I was just talking about, we should be able to eat. I'm just checking to see if I want to bronze up more, because I don't want to, you know, the lights wash things out. Yeah, let me get that new bronzer, not bronzer, highlighter that I got, because I think I'm gonna end up using it as like a blush topper. But yeah, so he was not nice at all. He was being very rude to her, and I was just like, it was uncalled for. And she maintained a professionalism, and she said, you have a nice day, sir. And he said to her, I hope you don't. And I just was like, was that really necessary? Like, do we have to be that mean? Like, she tried. So this new shade that I picked up is called Glow With It, and I thought it was going to be perfect for this look. I mean, look at this. It's like a peachy, I mean, it's beautiful. This is like the color, kind of like the color eyeshadow that I put on. So let me get another one of these setting brushes from Real Techniques. If you don't have any brushes from Real Techniques, this is the brush you need. This brush is awesome, amazing, and I absolutely love MAC highlighters. So I'm looking over here, and I'm gonna put this on, and we're gonna see. So I'm trying to think, did I finish my train of thought? Because like I told you guys before, my train of thought is all over the place. And you know, like I tell people, I haven't even been on the telephone, I haven't been talking on the phone. I've just been playing my games, you know, Township, love that game. Watching TV, putting something like that, and just organizing. That's what I've been doing. I have been doing what's bringing me peace of mind, because, you know, like I was telling my sisters this morning, you know, after our mother passed, I had clarity before my mother died, but after her passing, I have even more clarity. And I see that every day that you wake up is a blessing. Ooh, does that look too bronzy? Ooh, I like the way that looks. Is a blessing, and we should not have time in our lives. Or I should say we should not make time in our lives. Let me put some right here. For the bickering, the pettiness, arguing, you know, all those negative things, because at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Even if you're right, you have to know when to just say, you know what, let them believe what they want to believe. It's just not worth it. You have to know when to. Oh my God, I love that. That looks, I think I might put too much on my nose. I'm gonna tone that down in a minute. So let me show you that again. This is called Glow With It. It's one of their newer shades. I really like it a lot. I love their shadows. Wow, that gave me that I wanted, but my nose has too much. So I think I'm gonna put a little blush to kind of like, you know, I have these two new blushes. Yes, I have a lot of MAC. I love MAC. And these are the blushes I want to talk about from that collection. Those like soft ones. This one's called Blush Please. I think this might be a little too for this color, for this look. I think the other one is gonna be better. This is supposed to be very natural color. I don't know about that. I honestly don't know what lip I'm gonna put on, because let me tell you, the lips that I have, they might not sell them anymore, because I threw away 90% of my lips. Okay. The next color I have from that same collection, these are the Glow Play blushes, and this is the shade Cheer Up. Funny, fitting for what we're talking about. Yeah, so I'm gonna go on with this shade. It's like a peachy tone. I love peachy blushes, So where is that brush that I wanted to use? I think this one will be good, this dual fiber powder blush. And this is like, it's not a powdery consistency. It's kind of like squishy, if you would say. So we're just gonna go right here. Only thing is, when you're gonna use that glow one, don't put too much because it's very bronze. So I would recommend, if you're gonna isolate it, just put a little bit. Like, I went a little too heavy, so I'm looking a little dirty. Sorry about that, but we live and learn, right? So I would do it, if you want it to be, just use it like a blush topper. So put your blush and then put that on top if you want to go ham. So yeah, but I do like it. I mean, I like the way it looks, but if you don't, then you know it's that, because these lights are intensifying it too. So I'm just putting blush like on my apples. You know, we do that thing. Oh my god, my nose, I put way too much on my nose. So again, this is the shade Cheer Up. I really like it. And one thing I have to recommend, when you get blushes like this, it comes with a little cover. Don't lose that, because that helps keep the freshness of the blush. Because I remember there was a blush from MAC I got years ago, and it had one of these covers, and I don't know when I lost it, but the blush, you know, just it went, it got ruined on me, and I was very upset because I actually love that color. So I'm just gonna look closely in the mirror, because from here it looks, you know, and I am sweating. It is hot. I like it, but it's not, I don't know, I look like I just have a stripe there, so I need something to buff it out. I'm gonna use this large powder brush from Sigma, and I'm just gonna like try to condense. Yeah, because right, looking in the mirror, it looks like a stripe. Oh my god, I got a little too happy with the highlighter. I told you guys I have not done a full face like this in a while. This side, oh, I poked myself in that. This side doesn't look too bad. It's this side, because I'm right-handed. I went a little ham there. So let's see, we can get, I'm gonna try to go with the blush, the bronzer. Yeah, I don't think I could take, unless I take it off. So okay, so ignore that this looks like a stripe, but this side looks good. What do you think? I really like it a lot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to fix my hair a little bit, because it's, you know, can't do too much with it. And then once I do my hair, then I'm going to come back and do my lips. So I will be right back. So I put on these hoop earrings. I got these from Amazon. They're rose gold. I absolutely love them. They're very inexpensive, under $10. Put a little pomade in my hair. That's one thing I love about having the shorter hair. It's just easy breezy, get it done. So we're gonna go with this lip liner from ColourPop, and this is the shade 951 from I Love Sarai. So I do apologize that this lip, you're not gonna be able to get it, but I don't have any new lipsticks for you guys to try, or lip glosses. So I really need to do an order and get some new stuff. So anyways, let's go right in. So it's like a pinky nude. And I did it. I wasn't in frame. So sorry. So you see, this is a nice nude color. It looks very like dark. It's not this dark in person. Or maybe it is. So just going with a nude lip pencil, or whatever color you like. This video is just, you know, for you guys to do, use what you want, however you want. And I really hope I use every product that one product I still gotta do. We gotta do the setting spray. So now we have these two lip glosses. They're from the Patrick Star collection. This was the summer collection he came out with. And these letters are too small. So one is like a pink color, and one is like a, what's that called? Peach. So I am gonna go in with this shade. What is it called? This one is called something punch, Fashion Punch. And this one is called, why can't I see that? I can't see that. My eyes are failing me, okay? I'm reading things, these letters are too small. So Let's go with the pink one. I will put the name in the video so you guys can know what it is, because I can't see that. And this is from the MAC collection. I absolutely love the way it smells like cake. You know what we could do? We could mix both colors. So this lip is very opaque. Let me see. So this is it without mixing it. I'm going to put a little bit of that other color on top. So ideally what I would have gone with would have been a more peach or bronze tone or something natural. But I don't have anything like that, so I do apologize again. So I'm going to put a little bit of that other color on top. Sometimes we get the best lip combination when we put a bunch of colors together. So let me see. We're gonna go with the setting spray. I keep getting tongue-tied saying this. So this is the All Nighter Ultra Glow Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray All Day Wear. So this is lightweight, and I think I got makeup on it. Don't you hate when you do that? Anyways, I have tried Urban Decay's All Nighter. They did come out with one, the Summer Solstice, I think it was called. And I ended up returning that one because it kind of did the same thing as the Flower Beauty one that I had, so I didn't see the point of keeping it. Well, I should say I didn't return it. I should say I gave it to someone. So yeah, so this is the packaging. It's purple like that primer. I'm gonna spray it over here. Okay, so it's nice fine mist coming out now. So probably too much. Doesn't smell like anything. Actually, it's not too bad. So I'm gonna fan myself. Usually people have like a little fan. I don't have all that. So I'm just gonna use the Pat McGrath card to see how much of an extra glow this is gonna give us. But that felt good because I am hot. Filming with lights is no joke when it's over 80 degrees outside. This dried really fast. I'm just fanning myself because I want to make sure it's completely, totally dry. I see why people get fans, because you just, you know. You guys like my sound effects. Okay, everyone, so this is the finished look. This is my right side, my left side, and facing forward. I absolutely love how this look came out. I have to say that every product that I use, first impressions, I liked it. There wasn't anything here that I would say that I would not recommend. If by the end of the day, for some reason, any of these brand new items don't work out, I will have an update in the description box, so please read down below. I also want to thank you for sitting here with me through this very long video, and I hope you enjoyed what I had to talk about. And I know I was a little bit all over the place, so I do apologize for that also. So I want to wish you all a wonderful day. I hope you're all being safe and healthy, and I hope that everyone is doing great. So I will see you guys in my next video. It felt good to sit down and finally film, and I will see you then. Bye.